It was obviously not the result you were chasing, but it felt like you were solving the problem before better than you were on Thursday night. What was your take on the game?
Yeah, normal. The more we endorse the message, the more we endorse the belief, you're going to get better continuity, and that was the message, continuity. I think we coughed up the ball. It's probably interesting. The results should have been the other way. I think the other day should have probably been 1-1, and tonight should have probably been a little bit more. But look, they understand the importance. They're starting to understand the importance of preparing to go forward, and they were picking the moments to go forward, which was great. And that means that we are inviting pressure and we're comfortable under pressure. And that was probably the biggest thing on the other night, where we weren't good when there was a little bit of pressure applied. But today we were a lot better, and the belief is coming. So I'm very happy with the performance. Very happy with the performance.
What do you make of the interplay in central areas? Because there were some moments, particularly with Kira and Amy, where they were linking up. There were times when Michelle came short and acted as a wall, basically. What did you make of that? It felt like it flowed a bit better.
Well, first of all, the preparation of that was good. So we were purposeful in the spaces we were opening up. And more importantly, then the decision on who went in and who went underneath and who went beyond was important. So when you prepare those situations, you'll go forward in a good way. And look, some of the attacking movement was stuff that I wasn't expecting tonight, to be honest. So we're ahead of schedule in terms of where we need to be with breaking lines and with going forward. There's still a lot of work to do, and there was a lot of prescribed changes we had to make tonight. We had to make 6 changes tonight because of players' load and fatigue. And that obviously affected the game. There's no doubt about that. But that is no way an excuse, because everyone that came on did what they needed to do, and and all credit to Slovenia for putting us under pressure in the last 7-8 minutes.
The role that Alana played tonight, moving out of the back 4 and into the midfield, is that something that was deliberate, or was that forced upon you by, you mentioned the changes and the workloads? Or do you see Alana playing in there more frequently rather than in defence?
The reason for it is when a team plays the way the opposition do, man on man or player on player, the most important thing is to protect the back 2. But it works the other way, where we can release fullbacks. You saw a lot. The fullbacks were coming inside a lot. Wingers were coming inside. Fullbacks were pulling out. So what it does, it just allows us that extra security when we're playing through, to have Alana sitting there, because she's naturally a more defensive-minded midfielder. But also she can engage the press and allow us to play into the second phase. So you will see Alana playing in that position quite a lot.
And a word on, Ben's already touched it with Kira and Amy, but the work that Amy did, she seemed to be popping up in all sorts of areas, even down at fullback on a couple of occasions. Was that something you gave her free rein to do?
Yeah, absolutely. The modern game now, we all love our security in our 4-3-3s. We love our security in our 5-3-2s and all these bingo numbers or Tatslotto numbers. We all love that stuff. That's not modern football anymore. Modern football is the ability to be comfortable in all areas. Modern football is the ability to interchange when needed. Modern football is about creating options to go forward. And if it's Amy Sayer going into a fullback position to receive the ball, then you work off that. That's modern football. Yeah, look, I think it was more about timing. We got our timing right. I think we were probably, our starting positions were a little bit, which is normal. The first time we've done it, we're a little bit one a little bit deeper, one a little bit higher. Sort of the distances weren't right. We got our distances right, and I think the back four connectivity and the ability to identify when the ball was open and closed was very, very good. And that's a roll-on effect. If the back four identify to be proactive, then our midfield can be proactive, then our attackers can be proactive in winning the ball.
You might have touched on it already with the 6 changes that you had to make due to player load. Hindsight is always 20/20. Would you have switched out either Hunt or Winona, knowing that that surge was going to come from the Slovenians?
No, I don't think it was a defensive issue. It was more a midfield issue. We tied in midfield. And we weren't defending from the front. The reality is, to play the football we want to play, your best defenders are your front 3 or front 4, and the distances got long, and that's where we suffered.
Just going forward to the Panama game now, what is the process like? Obviously, you're losing a few players, you're bringing some in. I imagine you're probably not starting from the ground up again, because some of the players who are remaining will have had the benefit of being with you for the past week. Or what does the next week look for you guys?
Just more improvement in terms of more continuity, more identifying the situation of the game. I mean, obviously we probably didn't read the last 7-8 minutes well. I tried to work it tactically, but as we just discussed, the distances got long. So these games are they're important to play our brand of football, but they're also important to read the moment in the game, because there is going to be situations like that where teams are going to throw everything at us. The more we understand A, the way we want to play, but B, the way we can read the game a little bit better and manage the game a little bit better, I think we'll be better for it.
And there were 2 handballs, one on either side. Are you upset that either one or both weren't called? Do you think that could have changed the outcome of the game?
Were they for us? Were they? I don't remember them. I actually don't remember them. I didn't see them. So I'll look at the game and see them, but I can't comment because I didn't really see them. So apologies.
And have you started a bit of a tradition with the fresh white kicks down on the sideline? Is that going to be a bit of a tradition for you, do you think?
Interesting. It seems to be getting a lot of comments. It's quite interesting, but why not? Why not? There we are. Why not? Why not? Why not? There we are.